He's absolutely Jason, he's absolutely gay. He'll absolutely brighten up the darkest rainy day. He's funny and loves movies, he's smart and he's a Jew. He's an actor and an activist and wants to hear from you.
Confidant, yes.
Gossip bud.
Stephen Guarino.
Yes. Guarino.
How do you say? Am I saying it right? I've known you so long, but
both
you
of
know,
those
honestly, I've been known you so long, and this is things I say on my show that I would never say, but I never really knew how to pronounce it, and I never even say your last name because I'm afraid I'm going to say it wrong.
I understand that.
So I've been trying to get you on this show since 1931.
And I still showed up almost late. Didn't realize
No,
I was
you
on
were right.
camera
You were
with a stain
terrific.
on my shirt and not a
Is
bit
there
of product in my hair.
Is there a stain on your shirt?
It's just two little.
Oh, I
something
didn't even.
there.
You wouldn't even notice
Because
we have
some wet.
We have
know.
Oprah lining. Are you lactating? So let's just start at the top.
Yes.
So the big thing is that you're in a new series on Showtime, not HBO.
Yes,
Oh,
Showtime.
so I put it wrong on Facebook, everybody. So when everybody's
That's all right. We're one and the same premium cable channel. We win all the awards.
and you're in the ensemble of a show called I'm Dying Up Here, which is based on the Comedy Store in the 1970s and 80s.
Right, and there was a book written about it called "I'm Dying Up Here," and loosely based on, Mitzi Shore and the Comedy Store. So we're all kind of
Wow.
playing archetypes of comics from 1973.
Oh, it's 73.
1973.
So who are you playing?
Well, the cast, 6 or 7 of us, kind of run from the Pryor type to the Robin Williams type to the Letterman, the Leno, the good guy, the crazy guy.
Are there any women on the show?
There's one female lead, Ari Grainer, and she plays the young up-and-coming. She's sort of an Elaine Boozler. And our matriarch is Melissa Leo.
Oh, God.
So she's playing Goldie.
Mitzi.
Yeah.
Have they...
Well, we don't say Mitzi, we don't say Comedy Store. It's if you read the book, then you know.
But
it's
you've
about the book,
shot
but,
there too, right?
We've recreated our own Comedy Store down on Sony.
Oh, really?
And I shouldn't say Comedy Store, Goldie's. So, yeah.
Oh, it's called Goldie's?
Yes, the exterior is in Echo Park, but the interior is on Soundstage down in...
So who do you play? Tell us.
I play a character named Sully Patterson, and I'm only going to give you little tidbits of information, just, so there's an exciting reveal. But I play a stand-up comic in the 70s who kind of has a sort of 60s look. I have a wife and a baby, and my character is grappling with providing for my family while also being in the entertainment world in the 70s, which, as you know, back then paid very, very little,
Oh, God.
if at all. So,
This is before the big strike.
yes.
And you've done your research. The big strike was in the late 70s
Right.
when all the comedians at the Improv and the Comedy Store struck so
That's
they could actually get money to be paid to do
Right.
this.
That's one of the main plot resolutions in the book itself.
So I hear Rick Overton is in the film, it's the TV show rather.
Rick Overton, damn it.
He plays one of the agents, bald guy around in his early 60s.
Isn't it funny? I was thinking about this the other day. Like, there are, when you shoot a show, there's an entire B story with a couple characters, and I've never even seen, the set's so big, so expansive, that I've never even seen where they live, because I don't go there, my character doesn't go there, and I'll probably go the entire series without even seeing that.
And then when the premiere comes, you'll all meet each other.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you start to
so
depress
I was thinking
and
about, like, on Shameless, like the neighbors, they seem like they are neighbors, but they've never been to each other's set, so I think it's interesting. So there's certain plot
Characters you don't
elements,
know.
that I'm never part of.
So who else is on the show that we would know? I know that Eric Griffin is
Eric
on.
Griffin from Workaholics, Andrew Santino.
Who? Anderson?
Andrew Santino is stand-up comic at the Comedy Store. He has a new Showtime special coming out. And most people know him from Mixology. He was the lead.
Okay.
He got very famous from Punk'd many years ago. And he's been the lead in like 10,000 network shows.
Wow. So this is a big deal in this sense. Is this your first time playing a straight guy to this extent that was identified as straight?
You keep getting that question, and I kept saying yes, it was, but I did play straight, and I almost forgot, on a CBS pilot made by the people that made The Office. We made a show basically about the restaurant. Troy Miller and that Electus and all that, we made a pilot that did not go, but I played straight in that.
How did that go down? How did this go down in terms of you? Because I know for me, getting those auditions are usually hard. Because because everybody says, just be you.
Yes,
and
right.
then I think to myself, I don't even know who I am.
Well,
Me is staying at home in my apartment, eating, throwing up, and watching my shows.
It's a never-ending task to convince people that you can play straight.
Or
you
play
can,
just anything that isn't close to who you are.
Exactly. And I don't even mind because I like playing close to who I am, and I love playing gay characters. And now,
Me
in this
too.
decade, it couldn't be a better time to play gay. I mean, you could
Until you hit 40, and then they
No?
then they dry up.
All right.
I'm telling you right now, get ready.
Okay, great. Well, I've already passed it, so we'll see. We'll
Should've
see.
brought
I
that up.
transitioned at the right time, is what you're
Don't say
saying.
transition anymore. That means something else.
Okay, I've moved into more dynamic characters. Yeah, you do have to convince people, and like it doesn't even occur to me that somebody would think of me that way. But I've known from my representation.
This is
and
the
stuff.
difference between our ages. See, I think
Yeah.
all the time that people think that I'm limited.
Right.
And I think that I have to go in as the person.
Right.
You know, and that's why I
Well,
like.
but I think that's probably helpful because I don't think I don't think it, but it on the other side, the emails and the phone calls that are made, it's true. Because I play such an over-the-top queen on Happy Endings that people
right,
certainly
and a very
assume.
hit show, very
Yeah.
industry watch show.
Right.
Yeah.
So all the time, and I don't think I'm particularly butch, but you know, all the time I'll like have a nice grinder hookup, and at the end of the hookup, they'll be like, "Wait a minute," and then I'll just give them some drama, something like that. So it's just a character, you know, but people assume that's of course how I am in my daily life. But this, I would not have been seen for it normally. I
love this story. Go ahead.
Have I told you? Or-
No,
oh,
you
yeah.
haven't. That's why I can't wait to hear it.
I was doing a lot of coaching during pilot season, and CBS will send people to me to coach them on half-hour network comedies. So a girl came in, this amazing actress, Patty Guggenheim, and she had sides for the female lead. And I just kept, I was like, what is this show? I couldn't get over it, working on it with her. And then I went and
So
looked
you
up.
also coach actors?
Yes, I coach actors, yeah. Mostly on half-hour network pilot sitcoms, almost entirely multicam, too.
Do they pay you?
There's a donation, but
Because I coach people all the time, and
Yeah.
I never get paid. I do it all the time. I do it
I
for
feel
friends.
stupid taking money,
I-
but there was sometime I was doing 7 or 8 a day, and I was like, I'm exhausted, so I would
What?
be like, oh, I've got to make it worth my time. It was a little relationship I had with CBS. They were sending me people
Wow.
that they're, you know, grooming for TV, and they want them to have a good screen test. Anyway, so I saw the script, and I read it, and I had her send me the full script, and then I looked up the breakdown, and I saw who was casting it, Tiffany Canfield from Telsey in New York City.
Who
was-
people would know from seeing in person because he was actually on Smash. Go ahead.
Wait, was that again?
Bernard Chelsea was
Oh,
actually
yes, right. He was
played
actually
himself
yes.
on. He cast himself as himself,
Yes, he was. Smart man.
which I thought was cool. Yeah.
And that's an office I know very well from my New York days, and she cast me in Midsummer Night's Dream maybe 12 years ago. And I just tried her old school Yahoo email, and I wrote to her, and I got an audition for a smaller part, and I said, I love this part equally. But there was another part, the part I'm playing now.
You said that in the office?
Well, I went in first with this character, the original, one of the characters, and I mentioned on my way out, after I thought I had done it, depending if I did a good job or not, I thought it went well, so on the way out, I said, I'm very interested in reading for this other part. So they read me for that, and then they read me again. And it was one of those things where they kept looking at me being like, you know, they're like,
Like you were a science
yeah,
project.
we see you on this show, but we're not quite sure where. Then I think they went out for weeks, at least, I mean, sure, weeks, looking for alternate people and stuff like that. And I just had one of those, you know, perfect, you know, when you just, every time you hit it just right. You know what I mean? It was just in the sweet spot every time. No doubt because of the relationship with the casting director. She reads with you, and she's such a good actress. So
I never met her.
oh, she's fantastic. She's
Yeah.
doing everything now. She just moved to LA, and is just killing it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And, yeah, just kept going, and
So did you have to go in again and read?
oh God, I probably went in 4 times.
In person, they saw
Yeah, in
you,
person.
not
yeah,
just
with
on
the
tape.
producers, yeah. A lot of improv, did stand-up, did my stand-up, did their stand-up, did a mix of their stand-up and my stand-up. And,
Did you have to
yeah.
memorize their stand-up?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Wow.
And let me tell you, it was very difficult because it was early 70s humor. You know, so I was like,
Can you tell me like one of the jokes?
well, I'm making like jokes about, you know, how the Vietnam War was different from World War II. You know what I mean?
Oh,
With like
gosh.
commanders in chief and like talking about like soldiers on the beach and making jokes about it. It was just, you know, it was very, you know, you're making like abortion right jokes. You're making women rights jokes. You know,
So you're playing a real political comedian.
I probably my character. Yeah, I would say he's certainly enlightened. He's sort of intellectual and a fast talker and
That's your thing. Yeah.
kind of a more of a He's not really a rant guy, but he smarter than the average comedian, I think the character is, which is great because I'm dumb as a box of hair, so it works out. So it's a real stretch.
Who plays your wife?
Her name's Diana, and she's beautiful.
Do you have to do some research?
But
on
it's
straight
an
people, what do they really
yes.
do?
Yeah, what do straight people do?
Are you a
I
Gold
had
Star
to go
gay?
out and see what they did all night.
Are you a
It's very
Gold Star
interesting.
gay?
No, I'm not.
Neither am I. I know. I wish I was, but I'm not.
No, I've been with.
I had a girlfriend for 5 years. It was just so hard. It's like work, you know. You practicing being straight is really hard. It's like a job.
I do remember the last time I slept with a woman. It was in college, junior year, and
I was
she-
drunk.
Oh yeah,
The last time, yeah.
She stopped me in the middle of it, and she was like, "This enough." And I remember I was like, "Well, I'm just gonna finish off here." And I remember using Paul Mitchell hair gel, which was like a tea tree oil, do you remember that
Yes.
product line that
Wasn't
came
it-
out?
it's sticky.
Yeah, early '90s, very sticky. And I was like, let me just work this tea tree oil. It was so pathetic. It was oh my God, that was the only time I've been to Arkansas. It was in Arkansas in a hotel at a comedy convention, a college comedy convention.
So you actually did stand up.
I've done stand up,
I did not know that.
I've done it on the Gay Cruise Lines, Atlantis, RSVP, Akbar. I've done the Hollywood Improv.
Did you do
Toys R Us.
that after Big Gay Sketch Show or before?
Way after. Because after Big Gay Sketch Show, we were asked to tour so much with our sketches, and sketches are really cumbersome to take on the road, as I'm sure
And
you
also,
know.
they don't work in the same
Yeah,
way.
they're terrible on cruise ships, and they technically require a lot. So they eventually want you to end up doing something more like stand-up. So I've gotten into it.
Oh, wow. So before we go to a break, I want you to tell me about the Melissa Leo experience, because I am in love with her. You know, I just think she's one of the most interesting actresses. You know, and the fact that she got her first big Oscar nomination at 40-something, really, to me, gives you great hope that sometimes somebody is just destined, no matter how long something takes, to move into the next category. Because basically she had been on Homicide, did really, really well, just a second supporting character on shows and guesting on things, and had similar career to probably you, and all of a sudden, her whole life changed.
She's incredible. She manages to be fun and dead serious all at the same time, which I think I'm from that 90s generation where if I look like I'm serious, I'm lame. Does that make sense? Like if I'm taking myself seriously, then I'm a poser. And I keep thinking every time I watch her, I was like, oh, I should really be much more serious about what I think I need, what I want to happen.
Is she intimidating?
Oh, very, yeah. She's great. I mean, but intimidating because, there's never a take that isn't incredible. I mean, frankly, everything is very, very good. So you're like, okay, great. These are the factors she needs lined up to do what she needs to do.
What does she ask for in terms of doing her work that you think that would help other people knowing about?
It seems to me she does an extraordinary amount of prep. So as opposed to this very common thing now, which is fly by the seat of your pants, improv style, auditioning and performing, don't you think? You're like, hello, my name is Steven, and let's start the scene. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like they rush us all the time.
Why in theater do you take 3 months to rehearse it, and in film you meet and start saying the lines? It's
you're going
a credit to editing.
You're going into a new place, then I could see. I see it. It's on you. You have a whole different energy than when we were talking about at the premiere of Bear City 3. You have a whole different energy. I
polar opposites as far as cachet and budget go, but
let's take
both equal.
We're going to take a break, and we're going to go back to the beginnings and talk about stuff that I don't even know about. We'll be back in just a second with Stephen Guarino, or
either one,
Guarino here on Absolutely Jason Stewart. Please stay with us and don't change that channel. Oh my God, we don't have channels.
Did you know that 67% of American women are size 14 and above?
You mean they look like this?
Yeah, girl.
So then where are we in television and film?
And where are we in fashion magazines and clothing stores?
Yeah.
So we want to help out entertainment and fashion and media.
Catch the F up.
Watch us on Plus This.
Live.
Every Thursday
at 7 p.m.
on Senate TV.
If the fish swam out of the ocean and grew legs and they started walking, and the apes climbed down from the tree.
Do you have an amazing Lemmy story for me?
An amazing one? Everything he does is amazing. The guy puts snarl in the metal. Come on.
Big heart. Love that guy. That guy was the real deal in every way.
Lemmy was just a class act.
So thank you, Lemmy.
No way I was gonna miss tonight's tribute to the Lemmeister, man.
Let's hear it for Lemmy!
Scream for Lemmy!
Can you feel the energy in the room? Lemmy lives on.
God bless Lemmy, and he will live on through all of us.
To the spirit and memory of Lemmy! Long live Lemmy, my brothers and sisters.
Hey, we're back at Absolutely Jason Stuart with my guest Stephen Guarino here talking about the new Showtime series, I'm Dying Up Here, about stand-up comedy and just something. Jim Carrey's also the producer, right?
He is, yeah.
Has he been coming around?
I have had a few instances with him. We had a lovely dinner. We had sort of a very Hollywood table read with, God, there must have been 120 people in the room.
Oh, dear God.
And I usually, normally when I'm nervous, I kind of, eat the scenery. Like I go too far. You know what I mean? As a defensive mechanism. But probably that day was no different. But I remember really shaking in my boots that day. And I was sitting directly across from him, which was,
God.
really, it was really intense.
Because they tell you where to sit in those things.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So you had a Melissa Leo story.
Oh, well, we're talking
just
about
her process on this. Said that she's very method. You were saying.
She
somewhat.
certainly involves herself deeply in her performance, and it's,
Because
and
just
it
to let
pays
people know
off,
that
yeah.
Mitzi Shore, a.k.a. Goldie, it was, the queen of the Comedy
Right.
Store. I mean, everybody was sort of afraid of her, intimidated, so she has to create this.
Right. I will say that I believe Melissa is not worried about the connection to Mitzi. It's our jumping off point for the the nature of the book. I think her intention is to create something entirely original.
But there's no
painting the
way that
picture
it's,
of
there's
this time.
no way that people who know that world aren't going to go.
Sure, it will be interesting. I wonder if the subject matter is, I think, although on paper it could be very niche, will be, I think, very universal. It's about success, fame, self-worth, fighting for your art, being able to sustain yourself financially while having nothing as an artist.
An average Joe doesn't know who Mitzi Shore is.
Right,
Who's
absolutely.
watching the show. So
They do know who Pauly Shore is, though.
Oh, yes. Is he in it?
No.
Oh, he wasn't even born yet.
Well, he's, I think,
He's a baby?
probably born in 75. I imagine
yes.
he's a year or two older than me.
So, but the show takes place in 73.
73. He might have just been born.
Okay. So tell us the story. Tell us.
I was just saying we were talking about things that I
That you
there's
learned?
certain things you do in a table read and stuff that she likes to do her own stage directions to paint the picture before she does her lines.
Really?
Which I thought was super interesting.
No one does that.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even occur to me to have the option to do that. And I thought it was such a cool, wild thing. And maybe to non-actors, they're like, what is that? Is that something weird? But
Well,
you know, you have
yeah,
somebody
you
there
sit
doing-
around and you're doing the reading the script out loud so everyone can hear it. And you start to connect, and there are things that will say something like, Goldie walks over to the door, takes a drink of wine, throws the glass on the ground and breaks it, and laughs.
Yeah, and I think she likes to paint the picture herself, so it's a good setup. I thought that was very cool.
So I would think that since a lot of the actors are comedians who don't have as much experience acting as Melissa does, Oscar-winning actress, so you guys are really stepping up your game.
Well, they're all incredible actors, and there's certainly people who are traditional actors and not comedians are learning from the stand-ups, and likewise the stand-ups are learning from the comedians.
So
I mean, since I'm not a traditional stand-up, I'm learning tenfold from the professionals, Al Madrigal and Andrew and Eric. You know, these guys do it every single night. So they're
Al Madrigal, oh my God.
So like one time I decided my character had a notebook because he was making notes on comedy, and they all informed me that a comedian would never have his notebook out and writing in it while somebody else was performing.
Oh God, no.
Yeah,
because it
see,
looks like
right?
you're stealing.
I didn't know that. So, I felt silly at the moment, but I was little things like that.
Well,
because
because
details.
that's like, you're stealing.
Yeah.
So let's go back to, I first started knowing about you from the Big Gay Sketch Show because Julie Goldman is an old pal of mine.
Yes.
And you just said that you did Shakespeare before.
I was a trained traditional theatrical actor. I loved Shakespeare. I was a graduate of the Public Theater Shakespeare program.
Wow.
So
you really understand language.
I had the best teachers. I had the head of acting from Yale and Harvard, and we had probably the number one aficionados on all Shakespeare teaching us. It was a group of 16 of us. That program is no longer there, but it's one of my huge passions that I rarely get to explore.
Well, you will after this, hopefully.
Yes, that would be nice. So I always thought of myself as kind of a traditional actor. I was interested in classic theater. I'm interested in, Noel Coward and Tennessee Williams. These are the kind of things I wanted to do.
Me too.
Yeah. And then I got to New York, and I did improv. I did a show called The Nuclear Family off Broadway for about 5 months, and improv was super fun to me, although I wasn't entrenched in the improv world. And then I got the audition for Big Gay Sketch. It was the first time I was asked to create characters, and I literally created them off the nature of what I was doing at the time. I was working coat check at a restaurant in the meatpacking district, and I used to constantly do jokes I had this little coat this big from like a doll, and I would say, "Is this your coat?" And everyone would single out, "No." This big. It was like a little teeny leather jacket. It was amazing. People wouldn't react to it. So that was what I first auditioned with that character and a couple others. And I didn't get the show at first. I tested screen test was in front of Rosie O'Donnell. And I did 4 brilliant characters. And then my 5th character was a dream ballet as Condoleezza Rice, Two Colors of the Wind, that had no business being in my audition. And it was a last-minute audition.
Oh, God.
It was more meant to show off my physical prowess. And it ended up being not a smart skit. And so...
You left for
and
the
she's
bad.
quite political, so she was not interested in my take on Condoleezza. So I didn't get it. And then a couple days later, they... replaced one of the actors who did get it with me. So
Who's
I
that?
popped in. Well,
Can we tell?
I'm blanking on his name at the moment, but
And my friend Coleman Domingo was on the show.
Yes, he's
Who I'm
incredible.
and I'll take this one moment to say to everybody, Big Gay Sketch Show, yeah, there it is. And there's
man.
Coleman,
There's Coleman right there.
black guy with the police hat.
Johnny McGovern.
He is in the I am in the movie with him, called The Birth of a Nation, that opens
Today?
No, it
Nope.
opens on Friday.
On Friday.
Yeah, so it's very exciting to 2 days.
Numbered highest purchased film at Sundance in history ever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
already won awards, standing ovation.
$400 billion.
Yes.
What's great is the profit sharing. You're going to see so much of that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've already spent all of my money on the publicist.
Okay,
I have
that's
nothing
it.
left.
I'm learning now that's it.
I have nothing left.
You don't even need an agent and a manager. Just have a lawyer and then a publicist.
Yes, exactly.
And good luck. And Facebook and Instagram.
So everybody go to the movie theater wherever you are, all over the country. It opens everywhere. That's what it says. Birth of a Nation, October 7th. It says everywhere, which I really
It's going to be
love.
a huge hit. I'm
So
very
please
proud
go
of
see
you.
it. Oh, thank you. And I play a white heterosexual Christian plantation owner in 1831.
Look at us. We made it. We made it.
Isn't it terrible? I hate saying it, though.
We made it to heterosexual.
Yeah. It's hard times with small farmers like you and myself. Breaking even's hard enough. Getting ahead's impossible.
I have a porn like that.
Yeah, you do? Oh, that's my porn voice. So this is about you, but I just want to say a big shout out to Nate Parker and everybody. Please go see the movie and support us.
See the movie.
Yes. So Big Gay Sketch Show, to me, there were a couple of people that really stood out, which was Julie Goldman, Kate McKinnon, and you.
Well, thank you.
Coleman was didn't have a lot to do on the show, and he was only in one season. And I remember, but his Maya Angelou reading the Craigslist ads was the most hysterical thing I've ever seen. Brilliant. But tell me some of your characters on the show that everybody loved. What?
My main characters were, nobody knows his name. His name was Ron Odyssey, which was based on a neighbor of mine who lived below me in college, who is no longer with us, but he was an absolute maniac. And I always had him as a customer. So the worst gay guy in customer service ever. So checking you in for a car rental, checking you in for airport, checking you in anything. Just completely narcissistic, terrible, and no
And we all know him.
Yes, we all know that guy. Although
I have no rights, and everyone's going to pay for it.
Now, with assimilation and all our wonderful gay rights, maybe that kind of character is so common now, you don't think of it as a particular type.
You'd have to do it in the sort of the 80s.
Yeah. I literally was playing like receptionists for 10 years, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and now now I'm going to get auditions for the boss. You know what I mean? Like, I used to play the receptionist, now I could be the boss.
I play the boss, so I'm always a manager. I'm always in charge of something, but yet I have no power.
I'm always sycophant to an older, fashionable woman. I literally have worked with every older, fashionable woman there is.
But you really broke after the show.
Them.
I mean, you went on to do Happy Endings.
Yes, that was probably what I'm most known for, Happy Endings.
And and then you got a deal. Did you not have a deal with one of the networks?
I came to LA from New York to do a showcase at CBS, the CBS Diversity Showcase.
How did you tell them you were gay? I mean, I guess they knew it. Because usually I've heard from other gay people, if you're not a person of color, they can't tell you're gay from just the picture. Did you send in your picture and go gay?
No, they were very aware of Big Gay Sketch Show. Paolo had done the showcase, Nicole Payon had done it, and Eric Ash had done it. So I was just sort of in line. She was sort of, let's say, pilfering, ready to go. Sketch comedians who were on a show that was only watched by a certain percentage of the country.
Oh, so you were pursued.
Yeah, so they invited us to do it.
Wow.
And Kate McKinnon did it the year after me. And I think that was all the cast members that did it. But I did have a deal with CBS, a talent deal for 6 months with them. It was
What's
a
that
very
like?
nice way to come to LA.
Oh, my God.
Which was lovely because I was at CAA by lunchtime.
Wow.
I was like, this town's easy. And then I didn't work for like 2 years.
That's not true.
Well, it's true. I mean, the deal was lovely that they gave it to me. I mean, I think part of it is a gesture, part of it is publicity, you know. But CBS is so successful in their lineup that they rarely change it. So they didn't get any. The 6 months I was there, they didn't add any new shows, you know. Does that make sense?
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, I was up for a few
But you guested
roles,
on other shows, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
that was a nice way.
And you also just did the Tracy Letts pilot, who wrote August Osage County, and he has a pilot now based on Superior Donuts.
Yeah. I don't know if Tracy Letts is involved anymore at this point, but
it is his. It's
yes,
based on
it is based on his play,
which I really like the play.
Jermaine Fowler is the main stand-up comedian who helms the project, and they just added. It used to be, I can't think of his name at the moment, but it's now Judd Hirsch, so it was Judd Hirsch, Katie Sagal, and Jermaine, which
are in this show.
David Koechner. I mean, these are incredible.
David Koechner's in it.
David Koechner's incredible. Oh, you must see him a lot.
He was
at
my
auditions.
first guest.
Really?
On this show.
Oh, he's so funny. He's so fantastic.
No, I never see him.
Do you always go in for bald guy, bearded bald guy?
No. He's very Protestant. I'm very Jewish. Mm-hmm. He's very straight. I'm very gay.
Got it.
I go through the sliding glass door. That's how I get a job.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
Superior Donuts just got picked up. It's a great show.
Is your role as a guest?
Yeah, I'm a guest star, and you know, I play this sort of like irate Starbucks manager next door in a gentrified neighborhood.
So you will come back?
Oh, who knows? Who knows?
Wow.
But you know, for now, I just like to let people believe I'm on the entire show. It's part of the game, isn't it? That's part of it.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break, and we're going to be right back in just a second with Stephen Guarino here on Absolutely Jason Stuart. And we're going to go down a little memory lane and talk about some of all the stuff that I want to ask you questions about that I wouldn't ask you in person because I was too shy. We'll be right back. Jason Stewart here for Zinna TV on the show Absolutely Jason Stewart every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Big guests, everyone from the gayest to gay to the straightest to straight. David, what was
He's absolutely Jason. He's absolutely gay. He'll absolutely brighten up.
If the fish swam out of the ocean and grew legs and they started walking, and the apes climbed down from the tree.
What we do here is go back.
Hi, I'm Rob Schneider.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Matt McAndrew. Hey everyone, I'm Tyler Oakley.
And I'm Corey Cool.
Hi, I'm Martha Madison.
This is Slink Johnson, a.k.a. Black Jesus, b.k.a. Godzilla Lungs.
Hello, I'm Eric Roberts.
Yeah, what's up? This is Craig Wayans.
Hi, this is Brad Williams, and as you can tell, I have never gotten high.
Speedy Don.
And I am the fabulous Stephen King.
What's good? It's your boy Marcus Falk, man. We keeping it lit.
I'm Money B.
Hey, I'm John Sally.
What's up, y'all? This is Crazy Bone in the building.
It's your girl Shantae Wayans. It's your favorite DJ Spark.
And it's your boy Street Symphony.
And you're watching Z
Hollywood TV.
Hey, we're back with Stephen Guarino and absolutely Jason Stuart. First thing I just want to ask you about first,
My
before
hair.
we do anything. Well, there's pictures. I'm going to show the pictures.
Oh.
Let's start showing pictures. Let's show the pictures. You tell me what this is about, and hopefully we'll get to the question that I want to ask. 'Cause I want to show some people of some of the work that you've done. You've just got some wonderful. This is the one I wanted to. This is Steve Martin's movie of the book that he wrote called Shop Girl. Am I correct?
So close. That would have been a lovely.
Oh, it's not Shop Girl.
No.
Oh, it's the shopping. Oh.
Confessions of a Shopaholic.
Yes, forget it.
A $180 million bomb. I don't know. It was a 3-picture deal, but we only ended up with one.
Who had the three? She had the 3-picture deal?
Yeah, it was a 3-picture deal with Bruckheimer and Disney.
Oh, wow.
And this was shot at the Condé Nast building in New York City. And as I said before, a receptionist.
I thought it was Shop Girl. Oh, man.
No, that sounds lovely. This movie didn't do great, but Isla Fisher was fantastic. And
she's British, isn't she?
She's Australian.
Who's she married
in England, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
And her baby, incidentally, is about 6 feet behind me in a crib on set, right behind me. And they would say cut, and Isla would go over and take care of the baby, and then I did my close-ups with her hair double. Next pick.
Okay, next pick. Next pick. Oh.
This is me and the cutest Jewish little sweet bear cubby baby little fucking, I love him, Adam Pally.
From Happy Ever After.
From Happy Endings.
Happy Endings.
And look at that nice little gut there. Look at that gut.
Who?
This is shot on the Sony gym. That's we're talking to Zachary Knight, and this is one of the episodes where we work out together.
Did you have a great time on that show?
Oh, it's the best time ever. Den of Sharks. You go in, good luck. Everyone's funny. Everyone's brilliant. Everyone's quick. Everyone ad-libs. You just literally jump in, and then you go home and masturbate and go to sleep because it was so intense.
Oh, my God.
Masturbate like for stress-free.
This is probably one of the funniest sketches ever.
Yes.
Nicole, say her last name.
Nicole Payon as Elaine Stritch. Stretchy! In her white dress shirt. This is a photo shoot we did for season 2. I'm actually not in the correct dress for who I play in the sketch, which is her piano player of the last 50 years. Great story, Nicole and I, and Elaine Stritch, and her piano player. So the mirror images, we all went to hotel at Carlisle one night, and she sat there in her pink bunny slippers because she lives upstairs, and we all had dinner, and then she sang a few songs on the piano, and then she went to bed, and now she's not with us anymore. It was amazing.
Oh, my God.
It was such a great night.
She was lovely, I'll bet.
Yeah, and Gwyneth Paltrow was having dinner next to us with...
Chris Martin?
No.
Blythe Danner?
No, a child.
Barbara Streisand?
The little blonde, Dakota Fanning.
That's too weird.
Just a dinner with...
And
Did I say Gwyneth? I
Yeah.
meant Kate Blanchett. Big difference. Kate Blanchett and Dakota Fanning were having dinner next to us.
Oh, my God.
I really thought I had made it.
What? Oh, dear.
And then I went back to my apartment in Astoria. This is called hiding your gut behind someone larger than you,
which is
what
pretty
I'm
easy.
I do it.
So you
I'm
did
always in the
Bear
back.
City 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2,
You
and
won
3.
Best Actor at the Outfest, the Audi Award,
the
which I
Audis.
thought was really wonderful. I thought you were brilliant in it.
Thank you.
And I have to say publicly, I did one little cameo in 2, and I have to say it was very chaotic, and everybody was all over the place. And I thought, what is going on here? And you were so kind to me. My performance came from you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Because your character hated mine so much that I just kept doing more
It felt so real?
and more and more and more. You know, because I just had something to play with.
I remember at one point at the end of the day, I got sassy with you, and you turned to me and you just looked at me very blankly and said, "You don't know me." I was like, "Okay."
And then you fell in love with
good.
it.
Yeah, yeah. This is Casey and I on the very, very first day, very first scene I ever shot of Happy Endings.
Who decides that you're wearing that scarf? You know what I mean?
It's like a Fred Perry polo.
But who decides that? Who wears that scarf?
I don't know.
Yeah, because there's always a makeup person wanting a wardrobe person wanting a gay person to wear a scarf.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many times I have talked somebody down and said, please, no scarf.
Yeah,
Please.
now I know why Meryl Streep demands that she has wardrobe approval. There are some things that are just rough. It's
Next.
cute though, whatever.
Next.
That little lady arm of mine.
That's
Oh,
Willem.
yes, this is Willem, we've worked together a number of times. I just saw him a couple days ago.
Really, really,
Yeah.
he's a drag performer, but he's, not to say that a lot of drag performers, I don't want to say that, but he's a really talented guy.
Well, many drag performers are terrible actors.
Not
that's for
all,
sure.
but there's a lot of, everything gets terrible. So I don't think it's probably any more per capita.
Well, Willem is a trained actor who has done many television appearances before being a drag superstar. And this is us doing a behind-the-scenes footage about East Siders, which was a very successful web series.
Who's the person who is the showrunner on this show?
Kit Williamson and John Hallback created East Siders. And it was me, the two of them. Constance Wu is now on Fresh Off the Boat.
Oh, wow.
And the show is now on Netflix. And we may have some more episodes coming on down the line.
You're a regular in the show?
Well, sure, as much as you know.
It's a big ensemble.
Yeah, it's an ensemble, and those sort of contractual differences don't really apply in that world. I think I was in, I mean, there's many episodes I'm not in, but Willem and I have a relationship in it, and we deal with, like, how do you date someone who does drag? How do you date someone who's, does drag at night, and you've got to sort of work with all the details of how that works, you know what I mean?
And just the sexuality of it. Are you turned on to somebody who dresses as a woman when you're a gay guy? And,
right. And certainly her character.
There are some people that really are. I mean, there's different. People think one size fits all with gay people.
Right.
It's so not true.
That's not true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, next.
This is me and Mikey Winfield on my short-lived 6-episode talk show on Logo called The Straight Out Report.
I didn't even know about that.
Yep, right? See? Yep. Darn you, Logo, and your publicity. So this is like a Tosh.0 Talking Heads clip show about social media, which, man, I didn't know anything about, but I learned quickly. I was in love with the wardrobe, though. And
But
it was sort of a gay point of view versus a straight point of view.
They always want straight people on that show. Could
Well,
you imagine
their
doing that?
demographic is mostly heterosexual.
Well, because they don't have stuff about us.
I feel like the gay audiences are fickle. Like, we get mad if it's too stereotypical, and then if it's like Looking, where it was dead serious and normal, we think it's too boring.
I loved Looking.
Well, you're one of the few.
You didn't love it?
I actually haven't seen it, but the general. Look at that! I'm a gay person that didn't watch an entire series on HBO about
2
gay people.
seasons.
That's
in
a fickle
movie.
audience.
Yeah, you should go see it.
Of course, I should have.
I think you would like it. Yeah, episode 5, first season, my favorite episode.
More Bear City. I look so skinny there. Let's skip that one.
Oh wow, you can be skinny again.
This is my magazine cover.
Now, how did this
Frontiers.
happen? Because this is they rarely put gay guys on the cover that aren't
Yes.
models.
One, sleep with the editor.
Seriously?
No. But he's very cute, Stephen Horbell.
I would have slept with him.
What I did is I wanted the cover. So then I emailed them and said, I want the cover. And they said, okay, you must bring your own photos, professional grade. You must give us 6 options, 6 different looks and all that. And then we'll let you know if you can have the cover. So I went, got the photographer, got the makeup, got the stylist, did the photo shoot. We shot at the Comedy Store. You can see sort of in the back the names, Robin Williams and the little thing right there. And did it myself and then provided it with them, which I loved.
Wow.
I loved the sort of do-it-yourself quality. And then they ended up saying, we're doing a comedy issue coming up. And
you just said, I want the cover, and the guy didn't know you from Adam.
Oh, I think he knew me from different things. But, you got to be hawking a new project,
right?
Which I was. And, I pitched him the storyline for it, which is like, gay guy moonlighting in a straight world. You know what I mean? I thought it came out great.
I thought it's terrific.
And it was
I
a list of all the top comedians in LA.
I didn't even know who a lot of them were.
Yeah.
That was what was so bizarre. It was very eclectic.
You
It was
needed
from
some
all
familiar
different-
faces and then some young
people,
new ones.
Some
Yeah.
people that I didn't know from anything. So it was very eclectic and all from different, not just stand-up, but from all from different areas
Right.
of comedy.
Yeah,
I
they
thought
did
that
a
was
great
really
job.
cool. And the
God, I look good in these pics.
Oh, I tried.
Thank God. This is Sebastian Lacaz. I won a Best Guest Star Award, an Indie Series Award for this show called Hustling.
Oh, the Indie Series Award.
Yes, the Indie Series
That's a pretty
Award.
cool show.
I love it.
I mean, we were nominated for Mentor, my
Yeah.
web series, and Alexander Paul, who is the least funniest on our show, won for Best Supporting Actress. But she's absolutely hysterical on the
Yeah.
show. But in life, she's a dramatic actress. And we lost, all the comedy people lost everything.
Oh,
We
funny.
lost Best Writing, Best this, Best that. And she won. It was hysterically funny, and we were so thrilled for her.
It was a really fun night. And Sebastian he's on Orange is the New Black. He's a real genius. Sebastian also is the straight dancer in Showgirls, by the way.
Wow.
He has been in every amazing dance movie. He's a past dancer.
He's got an incredible body.
Yes, he does.
Does he have time to do anything else? How do those people do it?
That's I think you just have to start early and then maintain.
Oh,
God. It's over for me. I never did it.
And you can do Shakespeare.
I just feel like the day I stop getting laid is when I'll really work out.
God, then I never have to stop working out. Now, who's this?
Ah, shoot. I'm not sure. But he's got an Outfest guest of Frank something under there.
Oh,
he's
you were
a
dating
guest to
him?
Outfest. Ugh, that outfit.
You love those loose ties from the 70s. That's why you're
wore
on the
this-
show.
Oh, this is a panel I did at Outfest of Happy Endings, which had a panel because we have some gay characters. And this is the look in the picture they ran in Deadline and Variety for me when I got the Showtime. And I said to my agent, why would you use this horrific, I look like a middle-aged drunk husband, father? And he was like, exactly. That's why we used it.
Oh, my God. Next. What is this?
This is my character Quincy on East Siders throwing an end of the world party. What's the Mayan thing called? The end of the world Mayan calendar thing? I forget that.
It's called the End of the World Mayan.
End of the world Mayan thing? All right.
Yeah.
So I'm playing a Mayan princess here. And if you, a little bit of fun information, those earrings are the Rent 2 CD set of the musical Rent. You know, they're orange.
Uh-huh.
With little, so I'm wearing them as earrings.
Did
That's
you
what
put
the
this
actual-
costume together?
I did. I helped them. It's definitely my wig and my fascinator, which for straight people is a barrette.
And you have this wig at home.
Oh, yeah, I own that wig for sure.
And the reason you own that wig is
I
because...
have about a collection of maybe 300 wigs from the show I did off Broadway, which was The Nuclear Family. We had an entire wall of wigs, and all of our characters, we just pulled wigs from
So
a
if I ever
wall.
need a wig, I should call you.
I outfit entire office parties for Halloween with my wig collection.
Seriously?
Yeah, people come all the time and shop for wigs.
What kind of a house do you live in or apartment?
They're all stuffed in it. They're disgusting, stuffed in a suitcase.
Oh.
I mean, they're not on display.
Oh, you don't have like little boxes for
No,
each? Or?
I live very meagerly too. I live a very empty little minimalist apartment. I hate owning anything.
Really?
Yes.
How many bedrooms do you have?
2 bedrooms, but empty.
They're both empty?
Well, it's like I have a bed, I have a desk. That's about it.
What do you keep in the second bedroom?
Another bed.
Okay. Well, mine is... all right. Well, we're going to be friends. All right. How do you do that?
Ugh. What's
And
sad
why
is
aren't
it's
you
not
wearing-
even a full split. It's a fake split.
Why
like
aren't you
bent leg.
wearing pants?
So this is the New Now Next Awards, maybe the first or second year. RuPaul was hosting.
Was he nice to you?
Uh-huh. And I was doing, I was actually interviewing people on the red carpet in character because we were going to use it as a runner on Big Gay Sketch Show. So I was in character as Ron Odyssey interviewing people. And my character was always wearing short shorts. So I was actually at the event in Little Daisy Dukes. And then at the last minute, they asked me to walk the red carpet as myself, but I was dressed as Ron Odyssey. So I decided to take full advantage and just do a split.
I headlined Gay Pride and opened for RuPaul and Taylor Dane. And RuPaul walked in total costume. And all these guys, for those at home who don't know, when you do a Gay Pride, it's done by all the people in the community.
Yeah.
And this is in Minneapolis, Minnesota, I think it was. Yeah, or what's another M state? Anyway, something with
Michigan?
an M. It was really, really, really good. And We can get rid of that now because I'm talking. And he just walked in. I had just done when he had his radio show. And I had just done his radio show, and I'd met him before. And he didn't say anything to anybody. He just walked in as RuPaul. And everybody wanted his autograph. And then he wouldn't give anybody an autograph. And I walked right into the dressing room. I said, Ru, they want your autograph. Oh, he went like this. I just can't. Or something. So I walked out and I took it and I wrote RuPaul, and I did it for him. So if he doesn't know to this day that I signed his autograph several times.
Fine.
I also did it once for Robin Williams.
I'm going to give RuPaul the benefit of the doubt because he did do a speech recently about his family and upbringing, which was very telling about his temperament and his guarded nature. So that was the first time I was like, oh, okay, maybe there's a certain...
I understand, but get over it. All right. Oh, God. Is there any more pictures? Is that it? Do we have a couple more?
Oh, there we are.
God, I look swollen.
Just a scooped V-neck. You look great.
Oh, God.
P-Town, Provincetown.
Crazy. I had sex with
Lovely.
one of the guys in the film.
That's nice. A terrible place to shoot. Small streets, one-way
Cramped
traffic.
and rain.
A nightmare.
Remember the rain?
That's freezing cold.
Yeah, it was during the off season. That's why.
It was so difficult.
What kind of? Is there another picture? Oh, there's your. That was going to be one of your magazine cover shoots.
Yeah, this was inside in the magazine, and I'm. This is a little nod to Robin Williams.
Oh, okay.
The outfit is.
His look from Mark and Mindy and from his stand-up.
Yeah.
My name is on the side near when you drive in.
Oh yeah, right on the driveway side.
Yeah.
On the right side.
Oh,
that's very nice.
Yeah.
I always make fun of Justin Martindale because his is literally in the back above the dumpster.
I like this picture. I don't know.
This is a beautiful picture because this is where I used to live. I used to live in Orson Welles' mansion in Laurel Canyon.
Of course, and I lived in Barbra Streisand's old apartment.
Did you?
No, I'm kidding.
All right. Well, Rita Hayworth and Orson Welles lived here, and I was living in the servant quarters. There's like where the chef or the cook would live, and there's a stairway that leads up into literally
this
the
is something
pantry
the late
door.
Taylor Negron would say. This is so, and I tried so hard to get him on my show. And he was always in New York or traveling. God bless him.
He's a sweetie. But I moved out of there, but that was an amazing place to live.
Oh, God. Any more? Is that it? That's it? What's our time? Okay. When we were doing Bear City, certainly the first one was so hugely successful.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that like to be brought into that community? And I'll tell you my feelings if you tell me yours.
Well,
and I had such a tiny part.
When I first read it, I was like, oh, this could go either way. This could be really great or this could be a nightmare. But I had not had a scene. I had never played a character that got to do so much. I had love scenes. I had shower scenes. I had things I'm never going to get cast as in the mainstream world,
Well, you might now that you're a straight person.
Maybe. But possibly.
You maybe have to have sex with your wife on that show.
That's true. I have, we haven't done that yet. We do have a baby, though. I love the baby.
It must have came from somewhere.
Oh, excuse me. But I had no idea how organized the bear community was. And that they buy their own products. They buy their sheets. They buy their books. They buy their toys. Everything is so bear oriented that when you have a film that is the penultimate for their community, it just sold like crazy. I mean, I must have gone to 20 countries and 30 states, and I went all over the world.
Well, you were one of the most well-known people in the film. You and Gerald
McCulloch and Joe Conti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But certainly you guys were known in other ways.
Is it interesting to you that, when we did that movie, I had a sort of, I had no pressure at all to impress anybody, no producer, there was no director, there was no network that I felt like I had to be anything for.
And you did some of your best work, yeah.
Yeah, and in a way I thought nobody would ever see it. And it's probably the most comfortable I've ever been on screen. Isn't that amazing? I wish I could just do that all the time here.
Well, maybe that's what one has to think.
Yeah. That it doesn't matter who's watching and you just do it.
That's what I try to do.
And all the sort of collegiate things you think you need to do to be prepared to act, I didn't use any of them really. I just constantly was happily eating, because my character was happy to gain weight and liked guys who had weight on them. I never didn't eat a full lunch. When I was tired, I was tired. When I was crabby, I was crabby. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We work against that on the set so much. Stay skinny, stay fun, stay positive, make everyone happy at Video Village. It's got nothing to do with it. All that matters is what goes on screen.
What I try to do always is remember, headlining comedy clubs for so many years. I remember you say hello to the person that washes the dishes when you walk in the back door.
Yeah.
And that's something I live by, that I treat everyone exactly the same. And then I just try to have a good time, and I try to take my space, and I try not to please people, but also to take my space. And if I need a second to do something, and I'll give a little plug to Birth of a Nation because it's opening in 2 days. I was doing my last scene of the day, and it's this long walk and talk speech, which was a page and a half of
Those
dialogue.
are the best. I love those.
And in a movie, that's a lot to do.
Yeah.
And I was walking, and walking and talking is difficult. And then I had to make a pivot turn, and say another really mean line. And I thought and we had 13 minutes to do it because everybody had been there all day. It was the last scene of the day, and if we went over, the whole entire crew of like 100 people would have got overtime. So the pressure was pretty much, and I didn't like the way I did it. And I knew that we had no time. And I just said, I'm doing that again. And I turned and I did it again.
Great.
And I just said that in front of everybody.
Great.
I mean, I've never done that in my entire life. So
it's important.
Sharing one actor to another actor, sharing for the people at home, take your space as a person, do it with respect and kindness and generosity, but when you need to, you need to. You know. Where can people find you?
Right now?
Yes.
You mean on television?
On the internet.
Oh. You can join me, Stephen Daniel Guarino, on Facebook. I am Stephen G with a PH on Twitter and Instagram. I'm not prolific in those areas, but we'll see by next year.
You better be. And the show, of course, opens on Showtime.
I'm Dying appears out in March. You can catch me on Dr. Ken this Friday.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I'm on many episodes this season on ABC. And what's the other show I'm on? Superior Donuts will be out in January.
And also East Siders.
Yes. And I have a movie coming out called Airplane Mode, which is a airplane comedy disaster movie where I back to my roots playing a flight attendant.
Oh my gosh.
And Eric Griffin's the pilot. It's going to be so good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's called Airplane Mode.
Airplane Mode.
Okay.
Thank
you so much for being on the show. I know you have to get someplace. We're going to let you go.
I have a fitting. No, table read.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me. You're the best.
Thank you. Take care, everybody. Until next week.